So let's get into this feud going on between Ben Shapiro and Nick Fuentes. It's an old feud that goes back years. The main split here is just that Fuentes accuses Shapiro of being Israel first and not America first. And that is the origin of the split, the divide. Now, that may be true to some degree. I don't know how to quantify that. Would Shapiro fight for Israel in a case of an Israeli-American war? Perhaps. We don't know. He's never explicitly said that. He is extremely pro-Israel. He does have ties to Israel. He seems to try to spin it as, oh, they're both similar countries, and he supports both countries, or something to that effect. That perhaps is a valid critique of Shapiro. However, when you only look at him and you don't equally apply the scrutiny to Fuentes, he's going to get away with his own bullshit. So we have to also hone in on Fuentes and some of the things he's said, which prove to me that he's not America first, and he's not even pro-American. In fact, he hates America. He hates the whole nation state of America. He hates the founding fathers of America. He hates the institutions of America. He wants to drastically change them into something that the founding fathers never wanted. So let's apply the scrutiny to Fuentes. So here's a few clips we're going to run through. I'll try to make this brief, proving that Fuentes is not only not pro-American or America first, he is anti-American, and he's not as pro-white as he claims to be. So this is a clip from a few years back where he was talking about the Waukesha Christmas parade attack. There were several little girls that were killed, and he was mocking a guy who was concerned about this attack. And he was almost making fun of the event. Let's take a listen to this.
The internet, man.
No, I get this, the internet, but I just don't get where you equate 9-year-old, 10-year-old girls with sexuality. Come on, dude. Let's be real. You're saying 11, 10-year-old girls and you're equating them with sex? Like, dude, that's fucking weird, dude. That's literally the whole point. Yeah. Like,
the tweet if
they were 20,
it made me cry.
If they were 20, okay, maybe.
Did the tweet make you cry?
They're fucking kids, dude. No, it didn't make you cry, but
sure?
They're kids.
Why didn't you cry? They're kids, bro. You didn't cry? Dude.
Over what, the tweet?
They're kids, man. They're kids in the tweet. You didn't cry over that, man?
No, I didn't cry over kids.
What are you, sick? Dude, they were 10. Dude, they were 3 years old.
It has nothing to do with
them. What?
I'm going to tell you right now.
I can't
the only
believe
thing is,
this.
I can't believe this.
They're
kids, and you're equating them to sex, dude.
So what the guy's referring to is apparently Fuentes said that the little girls that were killed in Waukesha would grow up and have sex with black guys anyway. He was pretty much mocking the entire event, which is ludicrous, right? If you're a person who's on your show day and night claiming you're pro-white, man, we just love white people. White people were killed in that attack, young girls, by a black assailant, and he's making fun of the whole thing. I mean, it's just ridiculous and unforgivable. Now here, this is proof that Fuentes is actually anti-American. So, his entire brand is built up on this idea that he's this American patriot and red, white, and blue, and we're America first. America seems to care about nothing else in the world except America. And yet here he is in a conversation with Destiny in which he affirms that he is anti-American and says Americanism is a heresy.
You acknowledge that your point of view is fundamentally anti-American. From the founding fathers, the framers,
100%. Americanism is a heresy in the Catholic Church. You know that if you do fucking anything. But you get all your information from Wikipedia articles.
Country? Why not go fucking live in Rome, or go fucking live in the Catholic fucking Vatican, or go live in fucking prehistoric wherever the fuck? Why be in the United States and try to change us into some theocratic regime when that's not fundamentally what the country is about?
We want to make it better. We want to improve it.
You don't want to make it better. You want to destroy the country. Like, you understand. The funny thing is, you are like as
you're literally
or worse than the Jewish invaders that you accuse of trying to destroy the country. You are overtly saying that you want to run it as a theocratic regime, that you want religion and God to be the number one thing we answer to and not the Constitution. Yeah, so you're worse than any Jew you accuse of trying to frame their law or their allegiance or whatever. You want to be loyal to the Vatican or whatever, and you say they want to be loyal to Israel. At least Israel is real. Like, what the fuck is the point of trying to say that the United States should be some theocratic regime and then act like you're better than any other group of people trying to change the country?
Because one is right and one is not right. Your whole
fuck me. How did I not know that? One religion is right and the other is wrong. You're the first one in history to think of that one, Nick Fuentes. Good one, Chief.
So this is an incredible clip because it totally undermines this framing that he's put up for years that he's America first. He's saying explicitly he's against the Constitution of the United States. He's against separation of church and state, which is one of the founding principles of the country. And he wants to turn it into a theocratic Catholic regime. I mean, America was never even really a Catholic majority country. It was Protestant, so he's going to try to make that change and convert everybody to Catholicism. And so this is massively damaging to his claim. The whole foundation of his brand, that he's pro-American. He's not. He's loyal to the Vatican. It's one thing to accuse someone like Ben Shapiro of being loyal to Israel, and maybe there's some truth to that. But he's no better because he is loyal to a foreign religious entity called the Vatican. I mean, isn't that very similar to a Jewish Zionist who may be loyal to Israel before the country they're living in? It's pretty much the same thing. So here is a clip of Fuentes saying that if China invaded the United States, he would support the Chinese and cheer on that invasion.
Let me ask you a question. Let's say the U.S. gets involved in World War III. Where would you stand, Nick? What would you do?
I'd be on China's side, easily.
You would, and we declare war on them, like we're in the war, like World War III, and with all the jingoism and nationalism, quote unquote, and patriotism, you would maintain an anti-war stance.
No, I'd be pro-war, and I'd be on China's side.
I mean, you'd be in jail. I mean, even I couldn't do that because I'd put me in jail.
I go to China. I go to some other country, and I'd be.
But then, wouldn't that be like abandoning the West or abandoning America?
No. This regime needs to fall for us to succeed. I talked to Richard Spencer about this the other day because he's in favor of NATO and the European Union for the reasons you actually said. And one of his listeners was challenging me because I support the ascendancy of China and Russia. And they said, well, why is that good for you as a dissident? And I said, well, because for me to succeed, the regime necessarily has to fall. And so, the ascendancy of China and Russia hastens that end.
And Nick, this has always been.
Well, okay, look, I don't.
Hold on. That's always been Nick's point of view, even at Fresh and Fit. When I said with Nick when we were leaving, splitting up, we weren't going to see each other. I'm like, you're going to be the future of America, and he said the most cold black pilling shit. He said, "Yeah, what's left of it?" And I on the airplane home.
So he's admitting he would commit treason if a foreign country occupied his own country. He would join the occupiers and fight against his own country. And his excuse for that is, well, I don't like the current government of my country. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the current government of your country is. If you're aiding and abetting a foreign nation's invasion of your country, you're a traitor. I mean, you've committed textbook treason. That's what treason is joining an enemy occupier in their occupation of your country. So proof here that he's not pro-American, right? He's pro himself getting into power. That's it. He's not for the nation. I mean, that an occupation by China, he doesn't know that could result in just a change of government. They could occupy the country for hundreds of years into the future. They could colonize the country and bring Chinese citizens and kill Americans and take over the nation and plunder its resources. And he's defending that. He's saying he would join that side. I mean, this is another dagger in the in the armor of America first, right? Fake. Here is the clip where he's defending Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
I support Russia. I support Putin. Ukraine will be destroyed! There'll be a lot of ghosts in Kiev when Russia's through with them. The pride of the Tsar. Pride of Moscow.
So he's cheering on, mocking the deaths of Ukrainians in their country being occupied by Russia. He's defending it, he did for at least a year or so, if not 2 years. He's on multiple clips saying he supports Putin's invasion. He's defending Putin's invasion. He did a debate with Destiny defending the invasion. So this is proof he's not pro-Christian and doesn't care about the lives of Christians. So 85% of Ukrainians are Christian, and he's mocking their deaths. He's mocking the invasion. He's saying he wants more deaths in Ukraine of Christians. So he doesn't care about Christians. Christian lives don't matter to Fuentes. He only cares about himself. He cares about his own personal brand, his own personal ego, and power quest in the United States, and that is it. So he's not pro-American. He's anti-American, wants to create a Catholic, Vatican-loyal, puppet theocratic state run by a foreign entity. He is not pro-Christian and supports the deaths of Christians if done by an adversary of the U.S. government, like Ukraine and Russia. He's not pro-white because he mocks the deaths of white children in terrorist attacks like Waukesha. And here he admits that he's anti-Jew before he's pro-white. Look.
The mainstream right supports Israel. The sort of fringe mainstream supports Israel. So they want to go into the dissident right and say, we're racist. We're against Hamas and BLM. And it's like, sorry, Shlomo. You forgot one thing. We're also anti-Semitic. We're more anti-Semitic than we're racist.
Sorry, Pedro. You're not pro-white. You're not pro-white. You see this is the Wignet worldview as well. Is they are anti-Jew before they're pro-white. So this will make them support anti-white Muslims and leftists and try to align with them, because they don't really care about the pro-white thing. The pro-white thing is down on the list. It's at the bottom of the list. Up here is they're just anti-Jew. So anything they think is contrarian or harmful to Jews or Jewish power, they will push that before anything that benefits white people, right? So this is why he pivoted to his pro-Islamic Muslim-Christian alliance last year with Sneeko and Soleimani and Amru Fudel and these people. He was aligning himself with blacks and Muslims to pursue his little anti-J thing, and admittedly doesn't care about white people. So these clips taken together demonstrate that his claim, the basis of his political brand, is a fraud. That he's not pro-American. He hates America. He says America's the great Satan. He wants to change the entire institutions of the country into a theocracy, into a Catholic theocracy, which there's almost no there's no precedent for that in the United States at all. I mean, it was clearly founded as a secular government. Christianity was a part of the country, maybe on a state level, maybe in the public schools. Religion was tolerated, of course, and promoted in society, but it was never on a state level. And so he hates he has to throw the Constitution out to make that kind of change, which he wants to do. So he's not pro-American, and this is why he hates more of the traditional conservatives in the U.S. who are pro-Constitution, and they want to follow more the example of the founders of the country and not change it into something drastically different. So, whatever you think of Shapiro and his allegiances, and there's some merit to the criticism, let's apply this to just as much on Fuentes. He's clearly not what he's presenting himself as. He's also made statements like Ukrainians and Slavs are not white, and he's shitting on Slavs. I mean, there's nothing about him that's genuinely pro-white, genuinely pro-American. He is simply an egotistical narcissist. He admires Stalin, who was also a psychopathic, ego-driven dictator, and he seems to admire anyone who's like an ego-driven dictator who demands intense personal loyalty. That's where his loyalty is. It's to himself, right? So, yeah, these clips need to go out there. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video, like the video, spread it as far as you can. We have to hold all of these people accountable. You know, I'm fine with critiquing some of the more mainstream conservatives for their flaws, but we also need to hold these people's feet to the fire who claim they're the alternative and they're the better option when in fact they're totally flawed and screwed up as well.